Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Explain That Game, the series that showcases a game and most of its features to help you decide if it's worth your time and money. Today we're looking at Shoot Many Robots, which was developed by, I don't know how this is pronounced, Demiurge Studios I think it is, and published by Ubisoft. It was released on Xbox Live Arcade on the 14th of March 2012, but it's only just been released on PC, which is the version that we're going to be looking at today. It's available on Steam for £6.99 or $9.99 or €9.99, which means that the Europeans are getting ripped off pretty badly there in comparison to the dollar price and the pounds price. The game itself is a run and gun side scroller in the same vein as something like Contra or Metal Slug. The story, pretty light on story, it's just a framing device. You play as P. Walter Tugnut and you see that a distant factory has started producing homicidal robots, so you set out to kill them all, which pretty much is why the game's called Shoot Many Robots, because that's what you do. It does what it says on the tin. So let's just have a look at the option menus quickly. How to play, it's just sort of a scroll through thing and it gives you a few little tips, nothing really special there. Controls are rebindable, which is nice. For drop down, that means drop down through platforms. I would have preferred to be able to double tap down to drop through platforms, but I don't think that quite would have worked with how the game is. I'll explain that later. And settings, different music and sound sliders, that's good. There's full range of resolutions, full screen, V-Sync, and this duck thing, I'll talk about that as well more in a second, it's bizarre. No actual graphic options, which is a bit disappointing because the game can be quite taxing. There's a lot of enemies on screen at once, so if you've got an older system you might want to steer clear of this, or just at least make sure that you meet the minimum requirements, obviously. So let's go back and back again. So yeah, this is this duck thing, and it's from what I can tell, it's a matchmaking system that works through Facebook. I don't know how well it actually works as a whole, because I haven't tried it, but it might be worth looking into that. Another thing to note is that it actually does come up with a launcher for this when you first run it, and you disable it through the options, which is what you just saw there. And also you don't get to choose your resolution when the game first runs, because it automatically jumps you into what I can only call a tutorial, and you can do it from, you can escape out and do it, but it's a little weird to have the game just start straight away on PC. Anyway, so if we go to play game, this also didn't come up the first time I played, which is odd. So this is your friends who are online. I've set myself to offline so we don't get notifications. Tells you what all the different things do, and quick match is just to join with a random. Little annoying there's no server browser, because obviously you want to find a game with good ping, but the quick match might do a decent job of that anyway. But let's just start a solo game for now. Okay, so this area here, this is your RV, which is like the hub area of the game, and you go over here and it lets you select what area you want to go to, and then over here is where you select what weapon you want. Now, we'll talk about the movement quickly. Oh dear, frame drop there. Left and right, obviously, jumping, you can double jump, and with these butterfly wings that I've got on, I can actually hover, which is quite cool. When I say hover, it's more gliding. The shooting, fair stands as you expect, shoot towards the mouse, although it doesn't quite feel right. It doesn't feel as bad with the semi-automatic weapons like the sniper that I've got. But if I walk backwards and try aiming, you'll notice that it sort of snaps from the diagonal to straight up, and while it doesn't seem a big deal, I have actually missed a few shots and taken damage because of it. So that's a pretty big knock against the game, being as shooting is the main aspect of it. So I'm a little bit disappointed by that, but the game itself mostly plays pretty well. It just seems to be while moving, it doesn't quite aim properly. You can heal by drinking beers, that's what these are here. I've got 4 of them at the moment. That's my health and my level. I'm really high level at the moment because I got really far on a survival stage. We'll take a look at the buying stuff. So this is what I already have, and this is all the different slots that are available to me. So if you go to the store, we'll buy some new stuff. Now, to actually buy something, you not only need to meet the level requirement, you need to have found it in a level too. So for example, I've found that battleship cannon, and I wonder if I found anything that I haven't, not high enough level for. Now, it would seem that the max level is 50, which is pretty high, although it hasn't taken me long to get to 26, to be honest. Now this is secondary weapon. You switch to this using W key. Yeah, I did say keys are rebindable. I don't really use my secondary all that much. I stick to my primary, but Fluffy's Revenge sounds great, so we'll just buy that, stick it in there. Was I going to get a new hat? Because I'm still using like a level 2 hat, because it gives you 40% health, which I thought was a pretty powerful bonus. These increase your damage and give you other abilities. Sliding is just a slide along the floor, which lets you move through enemies and stuff. So, now the gas, a lot of items do this as well. They'll give you a big buff, but then they will have a negative effect as well. So if you can see, the gas mask there has an accuracy reducing debuff. Now here, my butterfly wings, I don't really use my hover ability, so I'm going to buy this because it gives me massive buffs. And actually gives me more survivability because it lets me carry an extra beer, so that's really good. And then here on the legs, I'm also carrying these, which increases my healing speed and allows me to carry even more beer. So I've really gone for the survivability over the damage with this, the way I'm playing at the moment. My main weapon, I suppose I should talk about this. You have infinite ammo for your main weapon, by the way. Your secondary is the only one that has a limit. Now this is because it's a ninja weapon. It allows me to jump higher, improves my melee skills, and yeah, it's just generally pretty good, to be honest. And that's something also to note as well. Crit in this game, it's not, you don't get a one-shot crit. Crit is more of a state that you'll be in for a few seconds, and then all hits that you deal out during that time will be a critical attack. Oh wow, should we use it so it does? What the hell is that? Oh, that does a lot of damage. Okay, so it's a bomb that I leave on the floor. That'll be good for bigger boss enemies and stuff. So if we switch back, and we'll go into the map. Usually when you go into the map, you'll be on this sort of screen, and you'll just have to pick where to go. And I believe that the areas are locked according to how many stars you have, and you get more stars on level up to a maximum of 5 according to your score. Now I was going to do this, but the levels in this area, but I don't think it will be interesting to watch at all, because I'll be hideously overpowered for the area. So, ooh, we'll try this place, and we'll jump into this level here. This is a survival area, and it's essentially just that. You just have to survive for as long as possible. And as you can see there's things in the arena that you can interact with. Sorry, it's quite hard to talk and play games like this at the same time. Okay, I think I'm overpowered for here too. That's really unfortunate. Ooh. You can punch missiles back to their sender. Ooh. I'm playing awfully. What's going on? Okay, we'll quit out of this because I don't think it's a very good map to do. I'll go with my original plan. Let's go to the main menu. And we'll just jump straight back in. And where was I? This one. Do the Junkyard. This is a story mission, and the objective is to get to the end. Now I don't think you saw it properly earlier, but any red projectiles like that can be punched back to damage the enemy. So like, there, it does quite a lot of damage. Like I said, I am really overpowered here, so don't expect me to take too much damage. Oh, my voice started going then. Oh. You'll often get moments like this where the screen will freeze and it'll essentially be an arena battle. So, I don't know, I can see why you do it from a gameplay perspective, but sometimes it does just feel like a way to stretch out the content that's there. Because from what I can tell at the moment, there isn't actually too much content in the game. Ooh. But most of the replayability comes from the unlock system and the multiplayer. Ooh. There can be some quite cool moments, especially with the knocking of the projectiles back. That feels quite cool. Oh dear, need to run away. Probably shouldn't have jumped then, he wouldn't have even touched me. And usually enemies like that are quite difficult, they take a lot of punishment. This up the top is my multiplier. Oh, any damage that comes up in yellow like that is a crit. This is my multiplier up here, and that goes up depending on kills, and the number represents how many more times bolts will be dropped. And bolts are used to buy new equipment and upgrades, like we saw at the beginning when I bought the new backpack, which is, I think, the reason why I'm destroying. This here is a new unlock that will be available to me in the shop, and there we go. And boxes like this, if you smash them open, will usually contain a new unlock for you. But in this case, it just gave me bolts. Anything that looks like this is a power-up or a consumable. So something like extra ammo, a temporary speed increase, or an extra beer, something, anything like that will look like will be a power-up like that. And it's usually pretty self-explanatory what they do. This here's a supply depot, gives you 4 beers and increases, gives you max ammo, and it's a checkpoint that you'll restart back from if you die. I've only actually died in the survival waves where you're meant to die, so the game isn't very hard really. Oh, that was really bad judge. Boom. You can punch while in midair, and if you punch twice consecutively, you'll do like a little combo, and the kick will automatically zoom towards enemies. Smaller enemies can be meleeed back to give yourself a bit more room. Let's see if I can show that. Oh dear. Okay, I don't really want to kill everything. This is a unusual circumstance. Ah, here we are. Show you here. If I just, there we go. Just punched him back. The weapon I've got increases the knockback from melee, so it won't always be that powerful. Oh dear. There we go. And I actually did knock one of his projectiles back at him then, which might not have been easy to tell, but I did. Ah, there we go. And that was me healing using a beer. Instant healing. I don't know, makes the game a bit easier, but you are limited in how many you have. I've just kind of spec'd to have loads of them. You would not believe how hard it is to actually talk and play a game at the same time, even when it's easy in comparison. Oh, I just picked up a speed boost there, which is why I'm walking so fast. You do actually walk backwards slightly slower than forwards as well, which is quite important when you're trying to traverse gaps and things like that. This is like just a mini boss enemy, but because I had some crit there, went down pretty quick. Most of the flying enemies, when they're shooting, they seem to stay still for a while to allow you to knock their projectile back at them. Okay, so this is just the ending screen. It'll show us how many bolts we got. Your score is determined by how many bolts you have, and it'll show what weapons we unlocked for purchasing the shop. Usually the weapons that you unlock will be a couple of levels ahead of you. Not always though. So can we buy what we just got? I think that's it. When you have a brutal weapon equipped, you do twice the melee damage. Seems decent. Accuracy worsens. It's a lot more DPS than what I'm using at the moment. But I'll stick to what I've got for now. I don't want to be even more OP. And I'll give you a quick demonstration of a survival level. I killed something like 900 enemies on this map before. I won't subject you to that because that'll take forever. I don't know how long I was playing it for, but I got so many levels from doing it. As you'd expect, survival waves tend to start out easy and then get harder as they progress. My melee attacks do a lot of damage to these, apparently. Ooh, got cocky. But I could glide last time I did this, and it was really helpful because you glide from this higher ledge. Ooh, the random frame drop. The backgrounds are quite nice to look at. They have some really nice movement going on, like this big thing here. Oh dear, the larger numbers. My computer isn't liking with fraps going as well. There we go, that's better. Just need to keep the numbers down then. Now, I believe that's a melee upgrade that I just got. Which is what I'm absolutely destroying with my punches. Oh dear. There we go. Should probably try using my secondary at some point, but I know what enemies I want to use it on. There's some really big... They're essentially enemy spawners that come later during this map. I don't know if I'll get there because I don't want this video to go on too long. I must have leveled up about 10 times, not 10, more like 5 or 6 times doing this map before. These are enemies that you're only really supposed to be able to hit in the back, otherwise you just do 1 damage. Yeah, this map's the reason why I'm so OP, really. Okay, so that's all that we had to get through, and now there's up to 5 bonus waves at the end, which I suppose adds a little more playability to it and opportunity to unlock more stuff because items can drop from enemies and things. But it doesn't really make sense. You complete the mission, but you can still die at the end. I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense gameplay wise. There should be a way to escape or quit off or something. I don't know, it just seems a little weird to me that you can die but still win. Let's go up here, it's much easier to shoot him downhill. This weapon has a really high crit chance as well, which is why you're seeing a lot of the yellow numbers coming up. So I'm hoping I'll find something similar to it later on if I do carry on playing. It isn't a bad game at all. There's just a few things that are a little odd about it. I might try playing it co-op with a few friends or something. Maybe I'll do a video of that too. Who knows? I've actually been working on doing a theme tune for myself today. Yeah, it's not going too well, to be honest. I'm using Renoise for it, which is a tracker style music program. Ooh. And I know that my content production has slowed significantly over last week or so. It's because my hours at work have really picked up. Which makes it difficult to keep up with producing content, because I'm so tired by the time I get home. This is what I was talking about before, about enemies that things that spawn more enemies, and that was that bomb that I just used from earlier. Oh dear, I accidentally put down another one. Oh wow, that was that made that significantly easier than last time. But I don't want to keep going, otherwise it will just get ridiculous. That was a quick power up I just got. I'll just let them kill me if they can, and we'll and I'll show you what I mean about dying but still winning. For example, right, I've just died, but victory. I don't know. That just seems really, really odd to me. Yeah, you've seen all this stuff. Now, the only thing that I haven't shown you, and I don't think there's any real point, is the bosses. Pretty formulaic, pattern-based stuff. I mean, everyone's played this sort of game before. Playing games like this actually really makes me miss Gunstar Heroes from the Mega Drive. Someone really needs to get on remaking that game. But yeah, so this has been Shoot Many Robots. And I'm Harvey from WhoKnowsGaming. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and or subscribe. If you didn't, then don't. Goodbye.